All right, everybody sit down and shut the fuck up. You might learn something. A lot of y'all seem to like this video I did on white women in communication and white supremacy culture and communication. This scum of the fucking earth on YouTube has also found it and had things to say about it. Like, why am I critiquing white culture and not black or Jewish culture? And why would I use the excuse of not critiquing groups that I am not a member of when I am clearly okay with critiquing men? And you might say, Anna, you're on YouTube, aren't you? Yes, I never said I wasn't the scum of the fucking earth. Stop distracting from the point. It seems we need another lesson from the profane professor on why I will not be critiquing black and Jewish culture. And if you want those critiques, you can follow black and Jewish creators and see what they have to say about it. All right, let's spell this out. There's black people. There's white people. These are terms that were made up for the purpose of intentionally this group enslaving this group for 400 years, 400 plus years, actually. This has been going on. So all of the rules of our society about the laws, the work policies, the social norms are all made by this group, which I am a part of, okay? So for me to critique a culture that has been fighting back against my own group, setting all the rules, would be inappropriate. Do we understand this? Reverse does not happen. The reverse doesn't happen until this group has 400 plus years of enslaving this group, followed by 90 years roughly of banning them through Jim Crow laws on what employment they can and cannot seek, and which water fountains they can and cannot drink out of, and which establishments they can or cannot go into. Until that happens, reverse racism isn't possible in this context. Now, the scum also wants to talk about Jews. This is where context is important. If you live somewhere where Jews have institutional power, like the government of Israel, then they are writing the rules. They are setting the power structure for the rules in Israel. It's not reversible with whoever they're setting rules for. But in the United States, which is a dominantly Christian nation, the same rules do not apply. As someone who was raised Christian in a nation that takes off on Christian holidays and observes Christian Sabbath every week, I cannot critique Jews in that way. It would be inappropriate. Also knowing that I have German ancestry and there was a relatively recent attempted unalivement of all Jews in that country, it would be inappropriate. Now you might say, Anna, there are Jews who are in positions of power, particularly in the tech industry. And I would say you are absolutely correct. Notice that these people in power don't ever look like this. Instead, they seem to look a lot like this. Do you notice something in common there? Something that they have in common with other tech CEOs who are not Jewish. They're all white. You can be Jewish in ethnicity and white, a race. If that seems silly, it's because it is. It's not a biological construct, it's a social one that was invented for all of this drama, okay? And why am I okay with critiquing men even though I am not one? I will critique black and Jewish people when I live in a world that for 400 years has had only black and Jewish women in power writing all of the rules and refuses to admit that is the case.